After studying this module, you shall be able to know about positive organizational psychology research, learn about positive organizational behaviors and PsyCap, and evaluate the relationship between positive psychology and work. Positive psychology in the workplace is concerned with giving more attention to positive aspects like virtues and strengths rather than on negative aspects such as work conflict and violence, stress, burnout and job security. Positive psychology can help create positive affect in the employees. It is important to examine the role of helping behaviors, team building exercises, job security and work support in the work domain. The field of positive psychology helps to creatively manage organizational behaviors and to increase productivity in the workplace through the application of positive organizational principles. Traditional psychology has not specifically focused on the implementation of positive psychology methods in the workplace. The 21st century workplace is complex and dynamic. There are rapid developments in technology, globalization and cutthroat competition. In this highly competitive business milieu, companies are looking for the methodologies that will turn good into great, according to Collins. Thus, to keep up with such a fast-paced environment, companies have to rely more on creativity and innovation and make use of the intellectual and personal strengths of their employees. Positive organizational psychology research. The principles of positive psychology have been applied to various aspects in the work domain. Good work. One of the factors crucial for a company's success is the production of high quality products. This requires employees to have good judgment, high efficacy and high performance, all of which fall under good work. Personnel selection. Choosing the right people is integral for the success of the company. Several factors need to be considered, including personality, individual strengths and talents, and fit with the company's structure, strategy and goals. Organizations can utilize positive psychology principles and research findings with respect to strengths, job design, etc. These elements can help in minimizing turnover, which leads to financial costs and loss of intellectual capital for the company. Performance, engagement and burnout. One of the major causes of turnover is burnout. Positive psychology researchers are studying a number of solutions, particularly in terms of engagement, meaning, optimal experience which is flow and self-efficacy. All these are related to satisfaction on the job, reduced turnover in sick leave and higher job performance. Mentoring. One of the primary ways of developing talent, providing on-the-job training and integrating individuals into the company is mentoring. Mentoring helps people capitalize on their unique strengths to thrive within the company, as well as other mentoring functions like exposure to senior staff and informal training. Creativity and innovation. Research has been done on the processes through which group members work together to produce creative works and the characteristics of highly creative individuals. Work redesign. One of the most important ways of improving the experience of work is to design jobs so that workers are actively engaged with their tasks and work environment. The job characteristics model is one of the most influential theories of work design, according to Hackman and Oldham. In the JCM, 5 characteristics are identified: skill variety, task identity, task significance, task autonomy, and task feedback. These core job dimensions lead to perceived meaningfulness of work, felt responsibility for outcomes, and knowledge of results. It is argued that employees with a need for personal growth and development, as well as knowledge and skill, will display a range of positive personal and work outcomes, including greater work motivation, performance, satisfaction with work, and lower absenteeism and turnover as a result of job quality. According to the JCM, high task control and feedback are crucial for maximizing the motivational and learning potential of a job. Demand or control model. Researchers and practitioners also have used the demand control model to design jobs that enhance psychological and physical well-being of the employees. According to this model, healthy work environments are those in which appropriate demands are made of workers who are given suitable amounts of decision latitude. The demands control model also recognizes the importance of social support in promoting psychosocial health. Job demands resources. The job demands resources model, or the JDR, is an expansion of the DCM. It is founded on the same principle that high job demands and high job resources produce employees with more positive work attitudes. The difference between the JDR and DCM is that the JDR emphasizes upon the differentiation between demands and resources and encompasses a broader view of resources. This model refers to demands as those physical, psychological, social, or organizational aspects of the job that require sustained physical and psychological effort. Teams and work groups. Teamwork is becoming quite common in today's working world. Several positive psychology researchers have been analyzing flow in teams since research shows that these optimal experiences facilitate stronger team dynamics and more creative results. Working in teams leads to better individual well-being. There are a number of reasons for such benefits. First, working with a group of people provides a social network. Work groups can help to fulfill our individual need to belong. Developing proactive role orientations and behaviors. High quality job design, team working, and transformational leadership provide the potential for healthy work, which can only be realized when employees take an active role in making these practices work. Safety. The demands of the job must be balanced by easily accessible job resources in order to prevent burnout in employees and encourage employee engagement. Job resources provide a buffering effect that protects the employees from overwhelming job demands like high work pressure, an unfavorable physical environment, and emotionally demanding interactions, as well as provide autonomy, support, and knowledge of safety. A safe environment provides support and resources that promote healthy employees. Fun. Chan studied fun activities in the workplace that created a positive work environment that could retain and attract employees and encourage employee well-being. The activities also encourage employees to be more responsible and a team player. These qualities empower employees to make more engaged. These qualities empower employees to be more engaged with their work, take on more leadership roles, and experience less stress. Making work fun promotes positive, happy moods in employees and that in turn increases job satisfaction and organizational commitment. The framework proposes that a fun work environment promotes employee well-being and fosters creativity, enthusiasm, satisfaction, and communication among the organization's employees. Transformational leadership. Transformational leadership has the potential to contribute to individual well-being. Transformational leadership occurs when leaders increase followers' awareness of the vision toward which they are working. With this, they make the followers feel interested in common goals. The elements of transformational leadership are idealized influence, inspirational motivation, intellectual stimulation, and individualized consideration. Barling, Slater, and Kellaway have shown that there is a considerable overlap between emotional intelligence and three of the components of transformational leadership, namely idealized influence, inspirational motivation, and individualized consideration. Positive organizational behavior. The term positive organizational behavior describes a newly emerging focus on a positive approach to developing and managing human resources in today's workplace. Positive organizational behavior has been defined as the study and the application of positively oriented human resource strengths and psychological capacities that can be measured, developed, and effectively managed for performance management according to Luthans. The focus of positive organizational behavior is on improving the performance of individuals through positivity intervention. Psychological capital or PsyCap. PsyCap is widely recognized as human and social capital. It is different from economic capital where resources are invested for a future return, and it goes beyond human and social capital. It is more directly concerned with the possible self. PsyCap is defined as an individual's positive psychological state of development that is characterized by having confidence, which is self-efficacy, to take on and put in the necessary effort to succeed at challenging tasks, making a positive attribution, that is optimism, about succeeding now and in the future, persevering towards goals, and when necessary, redirecting paths to goals, which is hope, in order to succeed. And when beset by problems and adversity, sustaining and bouncing back and even beyond, which is resiliency, to attain success. Self-efficacy, optimism, hope, and resiliency have been determined to best meet the PsyCap operational definition and inclusion criteria according to Luthans. Hope. Recent studies have found that the hope levels of production workers in a small Midwestern factory were related to their job satisfaction and organizational commitment according to Larson and Luthans. In a large cross-sectional sample of employees, hope was related to their satisfaction, organizational commitment, and work happiness according to Youssef and Luthans. Youssef and Luthans examined the effects of hope, optimism, and resilience in the workplace on employees' job satisfaction, job performance, work happiness, and organizational commitment. Hope and resilience had a more direct effect on organizational commitment, whereas hope had a greater impact on performance. Resilience. Luthans et al. Found a significant relationship between the resilience of the Chinese workers who were undergoing significant change and transformation and their rated performance. Maddie found that hardy, resilient employees in a firm undergoing a massive downsizing maintained their health, happiness, and performance. Larson and Luthans found the factory workers' resiliency related to their job satisfaction. Yusuf and Luthans found that employees' level of resilience related to their satisfaction, commitment and happiness. Self-efficacy. In industrial organizational psychology, self-efficacy has been remarkably popular. In the past 25 years, more than 800 articles on self-efficacy have been published in organizational journals. Almost every area in organizational research has utilized self-efficacy, including training, leadership, stress, political influence behaviors, creativity, negotiation and group team processes. In 1989, Landy called self-efficacy the wave of the future in work motivation research. Meta-analytic evidence suggests that self-efficacy is strongly related to performance according to Stajkovic and Luthans. Recent theory and research have documented a clear linkage between self-efficacy and performance accomplishments and other outcome-related behaviors. Stajkovic and Luthans observed a highly significant relationship between self-efficacy and performance in organizational settings. They conducted a meta-analysis in 1998 and found a significant correlation of 0.38 between self-efficacy and work-related performance. Optimism. Tutena and Niedermeyer measured the role of optimism and its effects on stress in call centers. They found that optimists perceived lower levels of job stress and lower work or non-work conflict. However, pessimists reported higher levels of performance and satisfaction and lower turnover intent. Optimism may reduce the intensity of stress internalized by employees. Optimism acts to reduce perceptions of stress and to increase an individual's ability to perform. Shear and Carver found that optimists experienced fewer physical symptoms of stress. Seligman and Schulman found that success of life insurance salespeople was strongly correlated to a salesperson's level of optimism. Those high in PsyCap report being more satisfied with their job and committed to their organizations. Positive emotions and positive affect. Fredrickson's broaden and build theory of positive emotions provides an explanation of how managers might create more engagement in employees. In this model, positive emotions broaden an individual's momentary thought-action repertoire, which in turn has the effect of building that individual's physical, intellectual and social resources, promoting engagement and therefore productivity. Eisen and Reeve proposed that positive affect led to positive intrinsic motivation for completing a task. Intrinsically motivated employees enjoyed the task more and were more optimistic when having to complete more uninteresting tasks. Having the freedom to choose tasks combined with maintaining positive affect results in better task performance. Positive affect promotes self-control to remain focused on any task, and forward-looking thinking motivates workers to look forward to more enjoyable tasks. Emotional intelligence. Competency research in over 200 companies and organizations worldwide has suggested that about 1/3 of the difference in efficiency is due to technical skill and cognitive ability, while 2/3 is due to emotional competence according to Goldman. It has been reported that for jobs of all kinds, emotional competencies were twice as prevalent among distinguishing competencies as were technical skills and purely cognitive abilities combined. Emotional intelligence has been studied in relation to leadership, group performance, individual performance, interpersonal or social exchange, managing change, and conducting performance evaluations. Emotional intelligence distinguishes between star performers and average performers. Emotional intelligence was also related to reduction in lost time accidents and formal grievances and increase in productivity. Emotional intelligence was related to increased productivity in insurance companies. Derman showed that emotional intelligence was highly and significantly related with business success. Emotional intelligence and leadership. McClelland found that when senior managers had a critical mass of emotional intelligence capabilities, their divisions outperformed yearly earnings goals by 20%. Srivastav and Bhamnaikar found that emotional intelligence significantly correlated with transformational leadership and success. 67% of success of a leader is determined by emotional social intelligence according to Barron, and 80% of exceptional performance can be accounted on the basis of emotional intelligence according to Goldman. Leaders with higher emotional intelligence see changes as opportunities, cherish ongoing development of individual workers and organizations, and create a climate in which information sharing, trust, health, risk-taking, and learning flourish. To summarize, emotional intelligence influences organizational effectiveness in a number of areas, such as employee recruitment and retention, development of talent, teamwork, employee commitment, morale and health, innovation, productivity, efficiency, sales, revenues, quality of service, customer loyalty, client or student outcomes, etc. Organizational citizenship behaviors. Altruism provides a positive work environment that influences the attitudes and behaviors of workers. Organizational citizenship behaviors refer to behaviors like altruism and compliance that are not mandatory of the worker's job description. They are considered extra role behaviors that help in assessing the worker's commitment to the job and its rules in the absence of monitoring. Organizational citizenship behaviors have proven to improve the moods of employees and the moods in the workplace. This is because the individual is no longer focused on negative moods. Helping others acts as a distractor for the employee. Altruism is effective because it has more impact in a social setting like the workplace and is more extrinsically rewarding. Organizational citizenship behaviors encourage positive interactions among workers and lead to better psychological health for the employees. Let us now summarize what we have learnt in this module. The field of positive psychology helps to creatively manage organizational behaviors and to increase productivity in the workplace through the application of positive organizational principles. The principles of positive psychology have been applied to various aspects in the work domain like good work, mentoring, teamwork, engagement, etc. The term positive organizational behavior describes the newly emerging focus on a positive approach to developing and managing human resources in today's workplace. PsyCap is defined as an individual's positive psychological state of development that is characterized by self-efficacy, optimism, hope, and resiliency. Fredrickson's broaden and build theory of positive emotions provides an explanation of how managers might create more engagement in employees. Emotional intelligence plays a key role in leadership and organizational success. Organizational citizenship behaviors refer to behaviors like altruism and compliance that are not mandatory of the worker's job description.